I clicked the button. We are not live, but we are recording. Hello, everybody. This is the Nerd Ledger. I'm Cage. That's Chair.
Chair, what's up?
What's up? Um, how's it been going, sir? How are things with you?
I'm okay.
Just okay.
Yeah, it's been a long day. Let's put it like that.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, no
Long.
worries.
Yeah, it's been a long year, to be honest.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, but yeah, I figured today we could talk about this article that I have read a lot of,
Sure.
and it's kind of interesting, I guess. Remember, so we the last time we podcast we talked about Fantastic Four, and then we mentioned like potentially doing some kind of ranking thing right at some point. Um,
Yep.
well, Variety has put out an article called "Ranking the MCU: Every Marvel Studios movie and show from worst to best." So I figure we can go through their
Mm.
list and see what we agree with and what we don't agree with. Um,
Yep.
so this is an article written by five different people. So who knows how fair and balanced it's gonna be.
Mm.
Um, and pretty much there, just to get an understanding of what makes it on the list and what doesn't. They have excluded things like Netflix's shows that were done before. They've excluded Agents of Shield and anything done by Fox. So all the X-Men movies and the Sony Picture Spider-Verse movies, but it does include all the other Spider-Man movies that take place in the MCU. So
Mm.
that is where we get the list. It includes all the MCU TV shows. And with that in mind, what do you think that they put as the worst MCU movie or TV show?
One of the Iron Man 3 or 4 for worst movie, and then for TV show, I don't know. There was a lot of stinkers on Disney Plus, but I know it's not pretty convenient to talk shit about Disney, So I know a lot of people will give them like good reviews, even though they don't really deserve the
Oh,
good
I think
reviews.
it's the
So I
opposite.
would
People have been giving shit reviews to all the Disney Plus things.
I would say Secret Wars maybe. Secret Wars was bad. Like that's what it was called, right? The one with
That
Samuel.
that
Uh,
is not what it was called, but
uh, what
it,
was it called? What was it
Secret
called? The Hidden
Invasion.
Enemy.
Secret
Secret
Invasion.
Invasion. Sorry.
Yeah. So
Secret something.
so
Yeah.
they ranked everything together, movies and TV shows. They're not separate lists. But yeah, you got it. They have Secret Invasion as the worst MCU project ever. And I
Mm.
don't think you'll get many people who would disagree with that, especially like there were interesting parts of it or cool parts here or there, but like overall, like it doesn't really like nothing in it feels significant. Nothing in it ties in that much with anything else. So it is what it is. And there were a lot of decisions made for that show that people just didn't agree with, like you know, War Machine being a scroll for a long time, and
Mm.
things like that. So yeah, you mentioned Iron Man. They didn't have Iron Man 2 or 3 as the worst MCU projects. The worst MCU movie on the list is Thor: The Dark World. So
Makes sense. I almost forgot about that movie. That was like what 2015, 2013 that came out. Or was that yours?
it's
2015,
2013, yeah.
2013. God, it feels like such a long time ago.
Yeah. So and again, you won't get many people who disagree with that either. The next one I think you'll disagree with for sure. I
Mm.
don't I kind of disagree. I don't think it's this bad, right? Like when you talk about 54 different MCU projects or products, I don't think it's 52nd, but that doesn't mean it's necessarily wrong. But they have Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania.
It's not that bad compared to some of the Iron Mans. Yeah, like I agree. Like, what was the point of the movie? Like to introduce Kang. Basically, that was the whole point of the movie, was introducing the idea of Kang and how powerful he is. and now that whole storyline's been scrapped because Jonathan Majors got like arrested because he was like beating his girlfriend or something, So it's just
Yeah.
yeah.
So this is kind of their what they say. They say it's a CGI slop fest. The story is incoherent. Janet Van Dyne gets far more screen time, and her character makes less sense. The movie loses the humor and Paul Ruddian joy of the previous two Ant-Man movies. They said actually the worst thing of all is MODOK and everything about him. So yeah, there's that one. 51 I kind of disagree with. They put Moon Knight down there.
Mm.
You're telling me that Moon Knight is worse
50,
than
is that 51? God, there's that many things in the Marvel universe. Holy shit, dude.
yeah.
Damn. Ay, ay, ay.
Moon Knight is not worse than a lot of other projects. That it's just I don't agree with it. I think Moon Knight wasn't great, but I thought it was pretty decent. I didn't dislike it that much. But they don't like it. They say it's weird and not fun, and it's muddled and confusing. So sure. 50 again. You won't get many disagreements here. Thor: Love and Thunder.
Mm.
Probably
A weird movie. Waste of Christian Bale as a villain in the MCU, in my personal opinion. Who I think is a great actor, despite his angry
yeah.
outbursts sometimes.
It's funny because also people would also say they wasted Russell Crowe as Zeus.
Mm.
But I was talking to some coworkers yesterday because we did like a tour of some of the facilities that produce some products and whatever. And so the car ride is kind of long, and they were talking about What We Do in the Shadows, which is something I've never seen, but they're like
Very
talking about.
popular, very very popular show though. Very popular.
Yeah.
I've seen. It looks really funny. I just never sat down and watched it. To be 100% honest with you.
Yeah, and that's what they were saying. They're saying the show is hilarious, and all that. And then they said it's based on a movie by Taika Waititi. And I said, yeah, Taika Waititi, the guy who simultaneously revived and then ruined Thor. So,
Yeah.
So yeah, slightly better than Love and Thunder. They have The Incredible Hulk, the Edward Norton movie. I don't think that Moon Knight was worse than The Incredible Hulk, for instance.
I don't think Quantumania was worse than the Incredible Hulk either.
Yeah, I'd probably agree. I don't think The Incredible Hulk was a terrible movie. Like, I think it gets a lot of hate because they just ended up recasting the character anyway. But yeah, so then we finally get to Iron Man 2. It's probably about right, but I also think Moon Knight and maybe Quantumania were better than Iron Man 2 as well. There's a lot of fun things in Iron Man 2. It just wasn't overall that great of a movie. But it gave us Black Widow. It gave us War Machine. Just didn't end up being that great in the end. And then they have Echo. Did you ever finish Echo? We talked about it, right?
I don't remember.
She's
the
deaf Native American.
Yes, I did. We did finish Echo and we talked about it. We did.
Yeah.
Yeah, we enjoyed it. Yeah.
I also think Moon Knight was better than Echo. So just
Yeah, Moon Knight was cool.
Yeah.
My little set pieces that were really dope.
Yeah. The next on the list is Eternals, and this one will just people either love or hate that movie, which lends to it being lower on the list, I guess. But I don't know. There are going to be people who say Eternals should be the worst, and there are going to be people who say it belongs in the top 10 for some reason. So, and then we have another movie from this year, Captain America: Brave New World.
I sort of think that I don't like lists like this.
Yeah.
Like 1 to like 100, like top 100. Like that's I prefer just like an A or an A or an F grading.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm
saying. That's what I'm starting to think.
Yeah, I mean, because that's the thing is, really, a lot of the ones that they have lower on the list probably don't belong that low on the list. But what's going to be more interesting, right, is the top of the list, right? Because I think you and I could probably say, like, what our top 10 is pretty easily and kind of then look at this list and go yes or no. So I'll quickly kind of talk about some of the ones not in the top 10 that are egregious to me. Starting with what they have as number 12, Avengers Infinity War. I don't, I hate to break it to people if they're uninitiated here. Avengers Infinity War is not only probably the best MCU project ever made, it's probably the best comic book superhero movie ever made. And that you know, that includes movies like The Dark Knight, which is probably at the top of everyone's list. I don't know how they get it at number 12. It's kind of crazy to me. But that's where they have it. That's where they have it. So I don't know if that's as egregious to you as it is to me, but
nah, it's all right. Yeah. Anyway, what do we got next?
Okay. I mean, also outside of the top 10, they have Shang-Chi at 18. But well, you know, we can kind of go over some of the ones that seem like they're missing once we go through it. But all right, so let's start at number 10. Loki. Do you think Loki belongs in the top 10?
No, I think the fact that I'm on the fence about it shows that it probably doesn't deserve to be in the top 10, personally.
Yeah. I mean, so this is what they say about it. From Thor to Endgame, Loki became just about everyone's favorite Marvel bad guy, a delightful rapscallion whose trickster machinations were always doomed to fail, but over its two narratively trippy, visually arresting seasons, Loki allowed its title character to reshape himself into something much greater. As Loki navigated the timeline, monitoring bureaucracy of the Time Variance Authority, Tom Hiddleston deepened his performance by expertly dissecting his character's toxic narcissism. In a universe devoted to heroism, this was one of the MCU's most stirring stories ever. Okay. If you say so. Not to me.
Yeah, if you say so. This is why I don't like top 10. Like, this is all IMO, right? This is all in my opinion.
Of course,
like,
of course.
You know,
but they're trying to make it seem like it's some kind of objective ranking, right? Which doesn't really exist. So, yeah. Anyway, number 9, they have Thor Ragnarok.
Ragnarok was pretty good.
Yeah, it probably belongs there. Number 8 is... this movie is probably in some people's top 10, but not everybody's. It's Iron Man 1. Do you think it's top 10 worthy?
Yes, I do.
Fair enough. For me personally, I wouldn't have it in my top 10. I think Iron Man 1 should be the standard on which every MCU project is based off of. If it's better than Iron Man 1, then it would be considered a good project. If it's worse, then it would be considered an average or bad project. That's kind of how I think about it. Number 7, they have Spider-Man No Way Home. Definitely belongs in the top 10. I don't think anybody's going to say that is untrue, other than people who are just mad about, you know, cameos and stuff. Number 6, X-Men 97. That made the list.
Oh, good.
And I think it belongs there. I think X-Men 97 was fucking terrific. Your silence suggests you agree.
No, it was fun. It was a great show. It was really enjoyable to watch. There was nothing wrong with it. The animation was great. Voice acting was top notch. The story was cool. They thirst trapped it over Magneto way too much. But it was a great show. Yeah. I'm glad it exists.
Yeah. Number 5, Captain America: The Winter Soldier. I mean, it belongs in the top 10. Is it number
Yep.
5? Don't know. Don't know.
Hard to
Number 4, they have WandaVision.
Eh,
To me, that's not a top 10 worthy one, but I think we all. I mean, you and I certainly enjoyed the show. Does it belong in the top 10? I don't think so.
I think we enjoyed it.
We did enjoy it for sure. Number 3, I think we'll agree this belongs where, around here, is the first Guardians of the Galaxy movie.
Great movie.
Great movie. Great movie.
Yep.
Number 2 is gonna be divisive. I think it's where I think this movie definitely belongs in the top 5, but not everyone will agree. It's Black Panther.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there are people who definitely didn't. There's a lot of criticisms of the movie. I think it's one of those that transcends the genre, and that's why it's so high for me. Is it's not just a comic book movie or a superhero movie. It's about a lot more than that. And it's like, not only did they kind of like do what Marvel movies do, which is like take interesting ideas of certain kinds of movies, right? Like Winter Soldier's like this kind of like spy film, like they did that, but they also made it about more than being a superhero, and all. Like it just, to me, works on every level, other than some of the CGI is a little meh towards the end, but yeah, it belongs up there for me. And of course, number 1, common mistake made by people ranking movies, they put Endgame up there.
And number 1, yeah.
Endgame is great. It's still not better than Infinity War, if you ask me. So, and I get it. I get the philosophical idea, right? That like at the end of Infinity War, it's it's not satisfying to some viewers, of course, because they lost, right? And in the vein of Tolkien and others, stories should have happy endings. Technically,
I'll be right back.
Yeah, good. Yeah. Technically, Infinity War wasn't the end of that story. It was a part 1 of 2. I feel like with lists like these, you almost have to combine the 2 movies into one movie. If you're gonna separate them, then they should be by each other. Like it would be like Infinity War is 1, in my opinion. Endgame is 2. But that's how I view it. I do think it's crazy that they have Iron Man 1 even as better than Infinity War. They have Civil War at 13, and some people would definitely consider Civil War to be in their top 10. There are other rankings here that I could agree with, but yeah. We'll get back to that one when Chair is back. They have Captain America: The First Avenger at 19. That's so high to me. That's really high. And they have Guardians Volume 3 at 24. Guardians 3 is that should be in the top 20 for sure. Some of the rankings make very little sense, but it's like you have to put things somewhere, and then how do you properly do those rankings is I guess a question. They have Thunderbolts at 28, right? Like smack dab in the middle. I think that's higher than that. They have Ironheart right below it at 30. I thought Miss Marvel was better, but they have Miss Marvel lower. Like we say all the like.
I'm back.
Okay, you're back.
I was gonna say Civil War is one of my favorite favorite movies in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I almost said DC Cinematic Universe. I don't know why.
Yeah, they have Civil War at 13, um, which is interesting. The most interesting thing, right? Like this is what makes no sense to me, right? They have Guardians, the first Guardians movie, at what, four, five, four,
Mm-hmm.
three, three. So they have that three. They have Guardians Volume 2 at 11. By the way, not better than Infinity War or Civil War, but it's there at 11. And then they have Guardians 3 at 24. That's crazy. Like, Guardians 3 is definitely better than Guardians 2, in my opinion. I think you agree with that.
Yep.
Like, they even have the holiday special above it at 23. That's crazy.
Yeah.
It's just, these, and I mentioned when you weren't here, but like, they have the Captain America, the First Avenger at 19. Like, that's very high for that movie.
Yeah. That's why I don't like these kind of lists because you kind of get stuck in the weeds of like what does and doesn't deserve, other than
Yeah.
was it a good movie or was it a bad movie? I think
Yeah.
that's the best way to put it. Maybe that's what we should just do our next list. We should just do was it a good movie or was it a bad movie?
Yeah, we just got to tier list it,
Yeah,
Um,
absolutely.
Deadpool and Wolverine, they have at 17. I don't know if you think it belongs higher up or not. Um, but yeah, some of the things in this list, they have they have Multiverse of Madness ahead of Doctor Strange 1. That's also,
Not good. Not at all. Not even
yeah,
close. Not
like,
even close. The first Doctor Strange was such a unique little. This is my favorite Marvel movie. For those of you that don't know, is the original Doctor Strange.
yeah,
Because it's just so trippy, and different, and the with CGI work is it's what CGI should be. Like when they meld those buildings on top of each other and enter in these glass dimensions and all that kind of stuff.
yeah.
Like it's just it's
The
absolutely
first the
insane.
first
Like
Doctor
the
Strange
level
was
of CGI.
really good.
Yeah, it was. Like it was insanely good.
Yeah. The other crazy thing to me is right, this list has what, 54, 56 projects on it. Number 30 is Ironheart.
Yeah.
Like, Ironheart doesn't belong there, even like even ahead of the new Fantastic Four, which wasn't great, but like that is still better than Ironheart. They have that at 37. They have She-Hulk at 39. The first Thor is all the way down at 40. I think it deserves a little better than that. Werewolf by Night was a decent project, but not a lot of people cared about it, so okay, 41. Age of Ultron at 42 is kind of crazy. But yeah. All these lists do is make you go, we need to make our own tier list and show why we are smart nerds and why these lists are dog shit.
Yeah.
So, like, I thought it was interesting, and to be honest, I think most people disagree, but I think that's the nature of that, right? If we were to make a list from 1 to 54 or whatever, a lot of people would probably disagree with that too. So,
Sorry, I got something stuck in my throat.
it's okay. It's
Yeah.
okay. And the way you have, to me, the way you have to do these is you have to, if you're going to do a list like that, you have to start it as a tier list and then start working into the numbers, right? So, let's see. Did you want to do a tier list? We can do a tier list.
We already did a tier list, didn't we?
Yeah, but it's been a long time.
Yeah, sure, we can do a tier list.
Okay, let me. Let me make sure I can share the tier list. Bink, bink, bink. This one. Okay. Oh, shift. I'm woefully unprepared, so
It's kind of impromptu, so no worries at all.
it's all right.
Very impromptu, actually.
Very impromptu. Okay. Haha. Okay. And then add. And this one. And this one. And that one. Oh. Nope. Not that one. That one. Haha. Hold on, hold on. I'm getting there. My this tier list thing is just overrun with ads. It's great. Okay. That and then yeah, that's probably fine. Okay, and then we will do that. Okay. And this. Okay. Cool. All right. So our tier list is just gonna be a standard. S is like the best. A is great. B is good. C is average. D is not very good. E is dog shit. And F is I'm never gonna watch that movie again. Okay. Let's start with the Incredible Hulk. To me, that's like a D or an E.
Can you stream the tier list so I can look at it?
Oh yeah. Share your screen. This one.
All right.
Okay.
So the first Incredible Hulk.
Yes. Hold on. Doesn't like that. Let me. Gotta fix this fucking input thing. Why did it do that? I don't like that. Okay. Yes, the first one is the Incredible Hulk. Whatever. I'll just fix this. Where does the Incredible Hulk go? I'm saying D. What you saying?
I say D. I saw it once and it was weird, but it was also the early 2000s.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's fine. It's just it's a little worse than average. Okay, the first Iron Man, I think it's an A.
Yeah.
But not an S.
Yeah, it's really good.
Perfect. Iron Man 2.
Iron Man. I barely remember that one.
It's
Does
got
that to do with like the sparky whips or anything?
Yeah,
Isn't that what
Whiplash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think it goes to D, but ahead of the Incredible Hulk.
Yeah. What do we got next? Thor, the original Thor?
The original
Put
Thor.
that
It's a C.
C or a B. Yeah, C or a B maybe.
It's like a high C, low B.
Yeah. Captain America. C. I'd say C again. Yeah.
First Captain America.
First Avengers. S.
Yeah, that's going up there. Whoosh. Bop.
That movie was fantastic.
It was. Iron Man 3.
3.
Oof.
Ooh. Is
I
that the one with or without the Mandarin? I can't
It's
remember.
the
Or is
one
that Iron Man?
with the fake Mandarin. There's no Iron Man
Okay, put it.
4, yeah.
Yeah, put it in like year F for sure.
Yeah. The Dark World is going to F.
F, yeah.
Winter
Captain America,
Soldier,
what is it? Winter Soldier. That's like an
that's
A.
it's an S to me.
Yeah. Fight
That's
choreography and that shit was super intense.
yeah, the story was great. Everything was great. Guardians 1, that's an S.
That's an S, yeah.
Bam. It's going right there. Number 1. Okay. Age of Ultron.
I put that in B, A, high B.
See, I actually agree. A lot of people didn't like Age of Ultron. It's not awful, but it's still good. Still good.
I think compared to the first Avengers movie, it was very disappointing though.
Yes.
Original Ant-Man, give that a B or high B, C.
Yeah,
Probably.
I think it's a C. It's a very high C, you know. I mean, we could put it in B as well, but
Yeah.
we'll see where things shake out as well. Civil
Civil
War,
War.
it's an
That's an
A
S.
or an S.
A and an S, yeah.
Yeah, we'll put it in S over here. All right, the first Doctor Strange, I think is a solid A.
For me, it's an S because I just love it so much. So I don't know if that biases you.
You know, it's okay to have bias, and you know
Yeah.
we gotta work with each other here. So we'll throw it up there.
Yeah, it's just so trippy. It's a really trippy movie. That's what I like to say. What is
Gu-
that?
Guardians Volume 2, I think it's a B.
B. Yeah.
Put it up there. Homecoming, I love Spider-Man. I was gonna say it's a solid A, but yeah, I'm happy to put it in S. Love me
Our
some.
bias pick. Yeah.
Thor Ragnarok is an S.
Yeah.
Black Panther is an S.
Yeah.
It's going all the way to the tippy top. Infinity War is an S.
Yeah.
Ant-Man and the Wasp. That's like a D.
T or C or D. Yeah.
We could put it in C. It's like a low C.
The first Captain Marvel.
The first Captain
it's like
Marvel.
C or D.
I agree. I think it's better than Ant-Man and the Wasp, so it has to be a C at least. Endgame, S. No question there. Spider-Man Far From Home, so the second one. It was the worst of the 3, but I think it's probably a C or a B. I like it. I mean, it has a lot of implications, obviously, for like the MCU with Peter Parker's identity being revealed and things like that. I thought Mysterio was fine. It's a decent movie, but I still think it's probably like a C.
Yep.
WandaVision. It's like an A or a B.
Yeah.
We can put it up here in A. We can do that. The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. It's got to be a D, right? Like, I like some parts of it, but mostly it was dog shit. So I'm just going to throw it in D for dog shit. Black Widow. I didn't hate Black Widow. Did you ever watch Black Widow?
No, I did not. That's the one Marvel movie I've never seen.
All right, I'll throw it there. To me, Shang-Chi is an S. I'm just going to go ahead and throw it up there. Hawkeye. What do we think of Hawkeye?
I barely remember it. I think you enjoyed it a little bit more than I did, but I also think that we thought it was an okay show.
We'll make it a C. Where's Eternals fall for you?
I'd say C or B. Like I was, it's not like it was a bad movie. Spend $10, go see it in the theater. Enjoy it, see the spectacle and everything like that. There were some cool things. It was cool to see that Superman level of hero overpoweredness, in the MCU, like what we got with Sentry.
Yeah. Icarus. Okay, fair enough. Spider-Man No Way Home is an S.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody saying
Yeah, we're
different.
such Marvel Sims. Look at how big that S tier is.
Yeah, we are the
But they're also good
Simpsons.
movies, so yeah.
Moon Knight is probably a C. You liked Moon Knight, right?
Yeah.
Multiverse of Madness, also probably a C. You might rate it a little bit better, just because trippiness.
Yeah.
Miss Marvel, I liked it way more than you did. I say it's a C. You'd probably say it's a D, right?
Yeah.
I'll throw it at the end of C, the low C's. Thor: Love and Thunder has got to be an E or an F. So I think we both thought She-Hulk was about a C, to be honest. I remember you also didn't hate it as much as a lot of people. So.
Yep.
Did you watch Werewolf by Night?
No, I did not. That is another one I've not seen.
That's another one that's probably a C. Wakanda Forever, I thought was a very decent movie. Like, I think it's probably a B.
Yeah, B. Got a little in the weeds there at the end, I think.
Yeah, definitely in the weeds. The Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special. I also don't think you watched that, did you?
I did watch it when they kidnapped Kevin Bacon, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Did you hate it?
It was okay.
We'll throw it as a C. Quantum Mania is probably a D. Could be a C. Do you have a case for it to be a C?
That I enjoyed it. That's why I would call it a C.
Okay.
Because I thought like that the moving houses were cool. Like they were like flying houses. They were like also like mechs. I thought that was really dope.
Yeah. Guardians Volume 3 to me this is an S. I don't know if you agree, but I'm throwing it up there. Secret Invasion is fine down here at the very bottom.
F, yeah, I don't want to watch that again. Loki, I'd give that a B.
Yeah. I don't disagree with that. The Marvels, I quite enjoyed it. I think you also quite enjoyed it. It's like
I did.
Just a dumb, fun movie. I mean, it's not super fun, but
it was very dumb and fun.
I'll throw it as a low C. We both also enjoyed Echo, but it's probably about a D, the long and skinny of it. Deadpool and Wolverine, how high do you put that one?
Oh, that's like an S. That shit was hilarious.
Yeah. I mean, I was going to put it as an A, but, yay. I don't disagree. It was great. Agatha.
Yeah.
Agatha's probably a high B. Agatha was really good.
B. Yeah, B. It was.
All right. What If? To me, What If is like a D or an E. I wasn't super big on What If, but I know you liked the first season at least, right? I don't know. I'm throwing it down here. You didn't watch this, Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man.
No, I did not. I couldn't. I don't know. It was like.
It was really good.
It was just too.
I'm throwing it in the B's. Captain America Brave New World. I'm thinking it's a D. What are you thinking?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Daredevil. Born Again.
Oh, the new one.
The new one.
I put that in A.
Yeah?
A. I wouldn't call it an S. Like I said, I said sometimes it was so ridiculous because, like, again, like that. I just remember when that one guy was following him around, like, the mayor, there's just so much red tape, we can't do anything. He's like, I'm gonna slash the red tape because I'm the mayor.
There's that.
I thought, like, that was so stupid.
There's also all the Heather memes, because Heather was just a meme. about she
Yeah.
doesn't need Matt, to protect her and all that shit. I'm
Yeah.
gonna say it's a B, to be honest. It could be a high B, but you know. Thunderbolts. Thunderbolts, I think, is an A. What do you think about Thunderbolts?
Um. Oh yeah, Thunderbolts. Yes, the one that came out this year. Ha. Yeah, that
Yes.
was really good.
Yeah, love that. Ironheart is, I'll put it in D. I haven't watched Eyes of Wakanda. It just came out like a week ago.
Hmm.
It's like a 4 episode animated show. The animation, from what I've seen, I'm not a big fan of that style, but I haven't watched it yet, so I can't fairly grade it. I doubt you've watched it either, because we haven't talked at all about it. So, the last one would be Fantastic Four, which to me is a C. Like, it's in and amongst these movies that are like decent, but not anything special, not great or anything. It's just kind of an average movie. So I think it's a
Hmm.
C. Do you have a case for it to be higher or lower? Yeah. I mean, we talked about it like a week ago, like, or maybe 2 weeks ago. I don't know. We talked about it last week, I think, and pretty much I think we're aligned. Like, it's it's an okay movie. It's not terrible. It's not bad, but it's also like not the amazing thing that a lot of people were saying it is. So,
Hmm.
but yeah, I mean, to me, it belongs in this crop, right? This crop of movies here. Like, it's definitely better than Ant Man, but you know, similar maybe to Far From Home, the first Captain America. You can make a case for that. So, yes. So here we are. We are the Marvel cucks with our um our massive S tier. Not a lot of A's. Some of these S's could probably be demoted to A's, but um, you know, this is I think pretty fair. Obviously we have some biases in there, but I don't know. I think this is a pretty fair ranking. Like, we agree with variety here. Thor: The Dark World and Secret Invasion are the worst. Um, what If, Love and Thunder, Iron Man 3 all belong down here. You can make a case that Echo belongs lower. The Incredible Hulk maybe belongs lower. Maybe Ironheart, maybe Black Widow. Like, any of these
Hmm.
D's could be lower, right? Um, I don't know if you like almost any of these here in C. It's a pretty far stretch to argue any of them belong higher, other than just personal bias, right? Like, some people really would argue maybe for Eternals, maybe the first Captain America. A lot of people would say that probably Miss Marvel, the Marvel, She-Hulk belong lower, or Quantumania. But it's pretty fair. I think this is what average in the MCU looks like. Um, the
Well,
B's, I mean, these are B's. What could be lower in anybody's mind other than Age of Ultron? Don't know. A's, that's pretty good, right? That's a pretty good class of A's. The first Iron Man, Thunderbolts, WandaVision, solid, different kinds of movies and projects, perfect. And then you have how many do we have here? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 in S, right? That's pretty good. That's a pretty good return on top cream of the crop films. You'll notice that most of them are Phase 3 films. um, but that's when the MCU peaked. So uh, there's some others. A couple Phase 1 of the first Avengers. Guardians, the first one is Phase 2. Doctor Strange was Phase 2, I think. But yeah, and I think this is pretty good. I think we're very fair here. I think this is the definitive list.
yep. I think it goes to show too, like how much again the MCU just did do a lot of good. It really did. Like there are a lot of movies that I'm glad I went and saw in theaters. They were cinematic spectacles. I'm glad that I saw them.
Yeah, this is a community list. So I opened the community list. They have F tier as Ironheart and Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. That's pretty messed up. E, they have Fantastic Four really low. They have Secret Invasion and D with Echo. Their C's are similar to ours, other than what the fuck is Thor: Love and Thunder doing there? They got Black Widow and B, Ant-Man and the Wasp and B. Yikes. Captain America: Brave New World, Thor: The Dark World, and The Incredible Hulk all in B. That's kind of crazy. And then their A's and S's are kind of similar to ours, except they have Iron Man 2 as an A. That's crazy. They have Ant-Man as an A, Far From Home, Multiverse of Madness, Iron Man 3. That's craziness. And then I think in their S's they have everything. Well, Guardians 2 doesn't belong as an S. Sorry. And Iron Man, you can make the argument. So top end is pretty similar, but Jesus Christ. Overrating some of them things for sure. All right. I think we did well here. Here. I think we should save this somehow. Can we save it? Can you save a tier list? I don't know. Save.
Days of science. We must figure these important questions out.
We must. So. All right. I clicked save and it just gray screened me. So. Okay, I'll download the image. I don't want to create an account. Anyway, okay. I can stop sharing this now. We did good. We did well. Stop sharing the screen. Bam. Oops. Ah, we're back. Okay. How you feeling? How you feeling about that, Chair?
Good. It was a great little tier list. Always happy to make a tier list.
Yeah.
Let us know. Let the people know where our thoughts stand on these important matters and affairs of MCU-ness.
I mean, I wouldn't say thoughts. I would say our expert opinions.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because
that's what they are.
Anybody who thinks that we're not experts needs to check themselves, because holy, we are fucking smart as shit.
Yeah, we spend way too much time talking about this stuff for sure.
We certainly do.
That's why we're experts.
Yeah. It was the other thing when we were doing our tours yesterday, like in the car ride. Like one of my coworkers was like, "Oh, don't you do a podcast? What's it called?" And I was like, "Oh shit." So I told him, I was like, "Yeah, it's called The Nerd Ledger," and everybody laughed because I'm hilarious, not because it's a ridiculous name or anything. Yeah, and then they said, "What do you talk about?" And I said, like nerd stuff, like superhero movies and stuff, and like Star Wars and Lord of the Rings. And then one of them was just going on about how she never watched Lord of the Rings or read it, and had no idea what I was talking about when I made a Lord of the Rings reference. And
Rip her.
Yeah. She said the spiders scared her in the animated one, and I'm like, were you watching The Hobbit? And she was like, oh, I think so. I picked that out at a sleepover. And then she said she watched the Fellowship of the Ring in theaters when she was like 8, and she was chewing on some candy, and one of her brackets on her braces broke, and she was fucking with that the whole movie and didn't remember the movie at all. So, yeah, rip her. Because the Fellowship of the Ring is so good. So good.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Anyway, that's it. We're going to wrap up. We'll see you guys next time. Hopefully we have some entertaining things to talk about. Maybe Eyes of Wakanda if we watch it. I haven't watched it yet. I don't know if I'm going to be honest. But we'll see. But yeah, if not, maybe I'll find other interesting articles that are much better than this variety one. Anyway, much love. See you later. Like, comment, rate, review, subscribe. Share your thoughts. Tell us all the movies you like and stuff and whatnot. Okay, bye.
Bye.